Welcome to the Fascia-Informed Therapist, the essential podcast for occupational therapy professionals looking to deepen their understanding of fascia's pivotal role in therapy and health. I'm your host, Amy Mayer, an experienced occupational therapist, practice owner, and dedicated educator. Here we'll dive into the fascinating world of fascia, exploring its significance in the human body and its critical influence on occupational therapy practice. Each episode will bring you cutting-edge insights, expert interviews, and practical strategies to help you confidently integrate the science of fascia into your therapeutic approach. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or just starting out, our goal is to equip you with high-quality, evidence-based, and fascia-informed continuing education opportunities that will enhance your skills and benefit your clients. So join us as we unravel the complexities of fascia and transform the way you practice occupational therapy. All health and wellness practitioners are welcome. Let's learn, grow, and evolve together. Hi, this is Amy, and this is another edition of the Fascia-Informed Therapist. This week, I apologize. I don't have another riveting scientific article to go over for you. Rather, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about what's going on. And I really kind of need a little bit of a break. If you've listened to past episodes, you've heard me mention that I'm working on a textbook. Was contacted by Cognella Publishing because somebody told them that I was doing something interesting. And I most certainly found it interesting. And I was very groomed is probably not the best choice of words, but never in a million years did I ever anticipate writing a textbook. I had a book in my head. I had something I wanted to write, and I make courses. I'm way better at speaking and talking and explaining than putting things in a more scientific format. It just feels very stuffy and contrived to me. So in the book, I'm trying to strike a tone between a lot of breakout pieces of here's what I do and here's why I do it and here's what I think about this content. And anyway, trying to strike the right tone of a mix between really clinical, practical information, but here's what the research is saying about it, and here's what's guiding us, but here's how my practice and experience is guiding me, which, remember, that is a valid leg of the scientific see, I am very much burnt out right now. Evidence-based approach. Thank you very much. Okay, so they contacted me, and I was in no way thinking that I was ever going to do something like that, because after working at Creighton for 2 decades, I knew lots of faculty members who were writing textbooks, and never, ever, ever did they say, wow, that was so much fun. It was always deadlines and changes and just a lot of unhappiness and discomfort. So I told the publisher that, and she's like, well, I think we can make that a different experience for you. And it has actually been a really good experience. And the biggest issue I've really had is just trying to balance doing that with everything else I'm doing. And right now we're actually moving our location that's out in Elkhorn at the end of this month. It's June 2025. And we're moving literally one suite over in the building that we're in, because right now we're in a room that has no windows, but it was a really good place to land for a year to see if what we could do out in West Omaha, Elkhorn area would be worth it. And it definitely has been. Kaylin's done an amazing job of reaching out and collaborating and growing a clientele out there. So we're actually moving to a place that has 2 rooms for us, and then it has windows in both rooms, great big floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows, which both Caitlin and I really like and kind of need in our daily practice. We need that light. We need, So anyway, that's happening at the end of the month. We're super excited about it, and I think our clients are going to love it as much as we do. And then also what's going on in practice world, Maddie just finished up as our student and graduated, and she's going to be slowly coming in as she gets her temporary license. We're going to put her to work doing some other things to get her ramped in and ready to go, but excited. She's also such just an interesting young mind who's taken everything we've taught her and applied it with her own perspective. And if you haven't listened to her episode of her interview, you'll see really how interesting she is and how she thinks about this type of information. And anyway, that's happening. And then the book is due September 1st, so we're planning a continuing ed event in September. We're planning on Friday afternoon doing a whole session on the basic science, anatomy, physiology. And the cool thing, what we're going to try to do with this is that if you've signed up and taken our science course, that you can attend this session free of charge. So this is an opportunity to sort of hear it in a more conversational tone and ask questions and collaborate with the people in attendance. And we're hoping to do it hybrid as well. So if you're not in the Omaha area, you can log on and be a part of the class from a distance. So that'll be super cool. I do that every Tuesday for our Fascia-Informed yoga class. So when I taught at Creighton hybrid for a decade or longer, maybe, I don't remember now, but anyway, that's going to be the Friday, September 26th event. We don't have registration ready yet if you're just listening to this, but that is coming soon. That's also something I'm working on. I'm also working on splitting the science class in half so that you can purchase just the anatomy physiology rather than the second half, which is all here's how it applies, here's how it fits into practice. And that's very OT specific, and I want to create something that other practitioners can just get a practical look at fascia, without all the OT-ness woven into it. Because I have had several non-OT people take the science class, and that's really super wonderful because I think it applies. It absolutely applies. So then the CE opportunity we're doing is September, Friday afternoon science, and then Saturday in the morning we're going to do a session we're calling Measuring What Matters for Fascial Health and Function, and we're going to go through all the things that we use to do our assessments with clients and why it's important and what the evidence says about that. And then our afternoon session on Saturday, September 27th is going to be Fascia-Informed manual therapy. So we'll do our perspective on the manual therapies that you can use that affect fascia. What are the components of those therapies that make it fascia-informed, that the evidence supports? And then what are all your options out there? And then we'll practice some things on each other as well. And then on Sunday, we'll have another all-day session, and the morning session will be fascia-informed myofascial self-treatment and practicing it on yourselves, and then talking about how you can use those skills to create home exercise programs, to create your own classes, and to create your own workshops. And I think if you're doing anything in the world of fascia, this is incredibly important because you need to be empowering your clients with things that they can do themselves and do beyond the table. And then the afternoon session is going to be more manual therapy, more hands-on. We're going to specifically focus on the upper body, head, and neck. And that's an area where a lot of practitioners are a little bit hesitant to go. And so when we show you how to apply the gentleness of the approach, then it makes it a little more accessible to get into those areas where a lot of people are hurting. So we need to get in there. So anyway, that's what we are working on right now. And again, yes, so many things going on. And this is a short episode just so we could let you know. And also I just released a myofascial pain course directed toward the public. That's on the front page of the marewellness.com website, and also in our public-facing Teachable page. I would say it's very appropriate for practitioners too who want a look at what does the evidence say about what's going on in myofascial pain syndrome, and there's a podcast on that too. But then the course also includes, well, what are my recommendations as a fascia-informed therapist that someone could do to help themselves minimize their symptoms, or potentially even reverse the experience, especially when you find out that a lot of your habits maybe are feeding into your experience of pain. So that might be something that you want to look at. And why did I do that in the midst of writing a book? Because that's fun for me. It was fun for me to put this course together and put it out there and see if anybody can benefit from it. So anyway, so thank you for listening. And if you're not on the mailing list, that is where we will send out information about how to get registered for the CE event in September 2025. And get on the Fascia-Informed.com mailing list and make sure you're on that one and not on the Mare Wellness. You'll automatically be on the Mare Wellness one too, but you've got to be on the Fascia-Informed one in order to just get the therapist or the practitioner facing newsletter. So thank you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. It's extremely hot here in Omaha, Nebraska today, so I hope if that's the case where you are, that you're staying safe. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Fascia-Informed Therapist. It's been a pleasure sharing insights and strategies to help you integrate fascia science into your practice. I'm Amy Mayer, and I hope today's episode has inspired you to explore further and take your therapeutic skills to the next level. Remember, we're committed to creating and providing top-notch, evidence-based, fascia-informed continuing education that empowers you as an occupational therapy practitioner. Stay connected with us for more enriching content, and don't forget to check out our online courses to deepen your expertise. Until next time, keep expanding your knowledge, refining your skills, and confidently applying the science of fascia to your practice. Here's to advancing together in health and wellness.